the Blue Brew Podcast. That's Andrew.
That's John.
How's it going?
Good.
Yeah.
How was your Easter?
My Easter. Pretty typical Easter. We did the egg hunt. We'll revisit that.
That's what I
we
wanted to get
talked about that
to.
last time. I had a poor showing. I didn't do too much. I think I ended up with $6 or $7, which is not very good.
No?
That was 3 eggs. 3 eggs, one with a 5 and
That's
2
pretty
ones.
Good. For the egg to money ratio.
I think I was probably in the lower half of the winners. I might have been last.
Oh, so you guys rank. You guys always take all your money out.
I don't know. I didn't ask anyone what they got, but I just know that that's not a good showing. 3. There's like 19 eggs or something.
Oh. How much money did your sister get? Do you know?
I don't know what she got. I think she
Was
probably got in
she
the
happy?
teens.
She
was happy enough, but she didn't get the big one. The big one had a 20, I think, and
Ooh, who got the big one?
I think the big one went to Jenny. Jenny got the big one.
Good
it was
for Jenny.
It was like on top of the tire of a parked car. So,
It's kind of dangerous.
Well, it was parked. It wasn't on.
Yeah, but
At least it wasn't in the exhaust pipe.
what if somebody didn't find it when they drove off?
They make sure they're all found. You know, they got a little spreadsheet going on.
I got you.
So everything was accounted for. But no, it was a pretty bad showing for me. Even the little kid, like my cousin's son, he's probably maybe 2. And he was crawling around and he found like 3 on accident. Like it hadn't started officially yet. So it was sort of, they probably should have re-hid those ones. So, because he was crawling around, you know, just being a kid. And he keeps finding these eggs.
Right.
We're sitting around on the porch and he keeps finding these eggs. So he sort of cheated, but not a great showing. Not at all. What about you? Just a typical? Did you paint the eggs again?
We did paint the eggs. We had it's always fun, but we put a lot of time into it. I think I started at 5. Kenny was a little late. He came at 6. By the time we painted and delivered our eggs, I don't think I got home till 12:30, 12:45.
Now, do you do a theme? Or do you just do anything
Well,
on these
they're
eggs?
usually-
Are they adult?
Most of them are adult.
Yeah.
Well, this is the thing. There's a few kids that we give to. We'll make theirs. What did we make them? I think a Minion was one. A My
Okay.
Little Pony. One was the ball from Tom Hanks movie.
Wilson?
Wilson.
Okay.
One was that. But we ran out of ideas, so I made a minstrel egg, which is blackface, and on the back it said "White people, yay!" And that ended up at their house. So 8-year-old found that one, which is kind of funny.
Did he get it?
No, I don't know.
Found an egg.
We don't ask. This is the first year we actually admitted.
What if he
that
brought
it
that
was
to
us.
school or something?
Good for him.
I guess. He might have a little Wendy Bell episode on his hands if he takes that to school.
There's no black kids at Norwin.
That's true.
But the next day we were told that a lot of the grown-ups were disappointed at how
What was on the eggs?
yes,
Really?
they weren't dirty enough.
Oh,
so next year we got to
step your game up.
really step
your nasty game up.
Yeah.
Well, that's a nice encouragement.
Yeah.
That should make it much more fun. I thought you were going to say that they were not happy with...
Oh, no, you should see. I mean, they're full-on penises and vaginas with hair.
Really?
Yeah.
These poor kids.
They're not for the kids. We take them.
Oh, okay.
I gave my dad a Donald Trump one and a Ted Cruz one. And on the back it said, vote for Teddy. And it was spelt wrong. I don't know.
Where do you put his? Do you just hand them to his?
No, we stuck them right in front of his door.
Okay.
We put them where people were going to find them.
Yeah. Okay.
But that was my Easter.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Easter's
Done
pretty
hang out with
tame
the
usually
family.
because it's on a Sunday, you know. You can't really go hard.
Well, I took Monday off.
Ah.
I took a day off.
Take a little pre-Easter day. So you could have went hard.
I could have.
Mm-hmm. Did you?
No, I didn't. I think I might have had 3 beers.
I think your days are numbered to going hard.
I know.
You know? Going hard as in...
I miss it.
You miss it already.
I do.
So you got any work week stories?
Yes, I do.
'Cause I
That's
got a
the
work
thing.
week story also. So.
It's funny because I took a day off and I'm still going to work just as much traveling. But go ahead, let's hear your work story.
Oh, mine's just today. I just find it so funny how I ate lunch in the lunchroom and there's a TV in there and they always watch Price is Right. And
I always catch the last 5 minutes.
11:30 to 12 I eat, so I catch the couple games and the showdown. And man, I get to see one wheel spin. And that wheel, like, it hits $1 like pretty frequently. You
Really?
know, like I think at least like
I never catch it.
once a week. You know, if you think about it, there's 6 spins a show, and it's on 5 days a week, right? That's like
Right.
30 spins a week. And I don't know, there's probably only like 50 slots on that wheel.
Well, let's think about that.
Yeah.
Is it 0? Is there 0?
No, I think it's just increments of 5.
So
5, 10,
increments
15,
of 5
20.
to $1.
20.
It's 20.
But I think there's 2 of each probably on it. So there's probably 40 spaces. There's definitely more than 20. It wouldn't be a whole wheel.
I thought there was 2 zeros on there.
Oh,
Right?
yeah, there's like
right
a
beside the
roulette wheel.
$1.
There's like a roulette wheel. That's a good question. I'm sure it's around 45.
Someone write in and give us that answer.
50 at max. So even if
Okay.
there are 50, there's still
Yeah, the odds of that happening.
30 chances, because even like even when you get 2 spins, it only counts for you on your first one.
Right.
So that's 30 chances a week. So it happens a lot. I mean, I've seen it happen 2 times in one
I watched it one time. This was years ago. I was like a kid, probably playing hooky.
Yeah, that's
I
all
think
you could do.
all 3 contestants hit it.
Then you get the bonus.
Then they get the bonus, and then 2 more people hit it again.
That's
I can't remember, but it was like
oh, I'm sure it
it was
happens.
ridiculous.
It happens all the time. But man, these people at work are still fascinated every time it happens. They lose their shit.
They cheer.
They just go, whoa, whoa! He got it! He got it! It's like, wow.
Like being in the hood watching
It's
Judge
crazy.
Judy.
It's like going to a movie theater, you know, with some overactive, overenthusiastic patrons.
Okay.
It's crazy. Like, it happens, you know? It's not that crazy. But I always know, like, sometimes I sit at an angle where I can't see, like today. And I just hear the boop, 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 boop. And the people you can just hear the buzz in the cafeteria. Oh, oh, oh. And there's not even that many people. It's probably like 30 people. Half of them are probably tuned out. And, like, the older folks like to watch it.
Right.
Oh, man, So today someone just went, he got it! He got it! I don't know if they were new, like, and they didn't, like, I don't know, but it just...
You should just start getting into it.
I thought about it. I mean, the one lady who she makes sure it's on that channel. Well, the remote went missing once.
Oh.
And she was, like, fired up. It was on The View.
Oh.
That was tough. Like, I was rooting for this lady to find this remote. Like, it was missing for 2 weeks.
Oh.
It was like 2 weeks of The View, and it was brutal. But this lady, she makes sure it's on. And the one day I know that she wasn't in the cafeteria. She actually was off, but she still came to the building that day for some reason to grab something.
To watch Prices
Maybe.
Right.
You got to see that wheel spin. And I told her, I was like, yo, Barb, you missed the showdown. You know, what's up with that? She goes, oh, it's my off day. She's like, I'll watch it when I get home. I got DVR. So, some of them
DVR's Price is Right.
Loves it.
Wow.
It's...
Let me ask you this.
It's
If you were on the big wheel and you got a 60,
Oh,
you were the first to spin.
that is... See, this... I've
Do
thought
you
about
spin
this
again?
many times. You know,
Do you spin again? 65.
Well, it's so... This goes through my head every day. You know, I'm serious. Like, I'm sitting there, I'm eating, and I'm just looking at, and like, I hate when someone rolls that, you know, that's
a tough one.
A tough one, but I would always be like, I would always just stick. I mean, if you go first, it sort of sucks because, I don't know, maybe 60 I'd spin, maybe 65 I'd spin, 70 I'd stay.
Oh, yeah, 70 is pretty good.
65 is that wild card. I'd probably just sit on it, you know, but it just sucks that the next person could beat you on their first roll.
Yeah, but they could go over.
Oh, definitely. It's sort of like in blackjack staying when you're on, like, I don't know, is it 17 or something? Like, I always... better to go out with a chance than to beat yourself, you know? So, I wouldn't want to go over. So, I would sit.
You're a sitter?
I would sit on 60.
Okay.
This is really getting juicy. But how juicy is your work? What exciting happens there?
At my work, exciting? Nothing.
Well,
I've
more
literally
exciting
been
than the Price is
driving to Ohio and back for the past 2 days, and I'm doing it again tomorrow.
What part?
We are going to a beautiful little town called Bealsville.
Beal.
Yes.
Bealsville.
Two L's.
Ah, okay. Sounds nice. It even sounds nice.
Yeah.
Like
It's
Friendsville.
Remember
The best
Friendsville?
omelets on the
Oh.
planet. And the biscuits turn to dust. What a great place.
It's literally in the middle of nowhere, dude. Like, our GPS was even messing up. It kept going like, it sounded like one of them wedding songs where they tell you what to do. Like, it was going, turn right, turn left, turn right, turn left. Like, there's nowhere to turn.
Uh-huh.
So that's how deep into the woods and farmland we were.
Guy driving, he should have just listened to it.
Well, what we did,
Went right into a cornfield.
each of our trucks have a GPS in it. We ended up using our iPhones because they work better.
Most definitely. Shout out Apple.
Yeah.
Sponsor us.
So yesterday it's a 2-hour drive out there. So we left the shop I think at 6. Drove out there, talked to the plant manager, we're getting ready. They're like, "Oh, where's your stickers at? You got to get safety training each year for each plant." I'm like, "Oh, well we never took the training." Which I asked my boss twice if there was any kind of training. He said no. So we ended up getting there. They're like, "Oh, you're not
Just love
trained.
that.
You're not
Just love
trained."
that.
So we
Are
drove
you
up-
sure?
Yeah.
There's no training. No.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
So the other plants I've been to, training's a simple video, maybe 10, 15 minutes long. And you take a little...
Hi, welcome
Yeah.
to plant
Don't
training.
do anything stupid. And then
These are very fast rotating machines. Hands away.
So we, 10-minute video, whatever. So we drove out there, nothing. We had to turn around, drive back to the shop.
Because you didn't have the training.
Because we didn't... You're not allowed in a plant. We shouldn't have even been inside.
Where you do the training? At your plant. At your office.
No. Usually you do it at that plant.
Right.
That site.
Yeah.
Well, here, they don't do it at that site. You have to do it at another place in Ohio, which is an hour, 45 minutes away from there. They weren't doing it that day, or else we would have drove there.
Uh-huh.
So we drove back to the shop. This morning, I was up at 3. We had to leave the shop at 5. Drove the whole way to some other place. I don't even know where we were in Ohio. We get in. I'm like, all right, we're going to be here for an hour. I'm trying to calculate what time I might be able to get home through this day. We go into this building. He's like, all right, this is going to be a 2-hour training. Oh, 2 fucking hours. 2 hours, dude, of just sitting here. After I just sat 2 hours in a truck. And then I got to just sit in the truck another 2 hours to get to the original plant.
Mm-hmm.
So that was that whole deal.
What was the first day you had to just go back to your work?
To my shop,
and
yeah.
That day was just a
It
drive
was
back
just-
and forth.
Yeah.
Well, you got
I
paid.
fixed my lawnmower blades at the shop. Grinded them, like sharpened them up. That was all I did.
Wow. So the second day you got to train and you made it to the job?
We got it to the job site. We
Mhm.
pull up to the job site. It's
No.
closed. You can't get in. They're having a shutdown. So we had to sit in the parking lot for a good 45 minutes.
What kind of plant? Like
It's a gas pump. I'm not even
when
sure.
you
I
say
don't even
shutdown,
ask.
like danger shutdown?
I
Or
didn't even
maintenance?
ask.
Huh.
Those things happen. Like I've been to other plants where they just shut them down to do testing and
Okay.
safety requirements.
All right.
So it's supposed to rain today. And now I'm like, fuck, now we're going to be... As soon as we start working, it's going to start raining.
Uh-huh.
They let us in. Now we got to wait another hour for paperwork and plant managers to get everything worked out.
Did
They
you
gotta
get your training done?
They did. That was the first thing they said. And there's another guy from our shop. He was just putting in a valve. He doesn't work with us. He's from another department. He doesn't have his training, but he walks right in.
Yeah.
We actually helped him put the valve in because we were sitting around waiting. It was ridiculous. So we finally get that done. It took us a half hour to do what we were doing. All this running around to do half hour's worth of work. So that was my day.
Okay, well,
6 hours in a car today.
see, I don't mind driving if you're getting paid, but here's a dumb question. Why couldn't they get someone closer to do that work for them?
You know what? I used to think about that. Like, whenever I used to travel, like, I would go anywhere between Cleveland, Ohio, and
New Jersey.
Jersey right by the Statue of Liberty. And I always wondered, like, can't you ever find somebody in between here to do this?
Yeah.
To do what we're doing? It's all about money.
Just the best deal.
It's just the best bid on the job.
Wow.
Huh. But we also specialize in a special top-of-the-line valve.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they like to get people that work on those valves to do the work.
So what do you guys on your long drives, what do you talk about? Or do you listen, is the radio
Honestly,
on?
I sit in the back of the truck. There's 3 of us. I sit in the back. It's really hard to hear anything, so I usually just put headphones in and listen to Stern or a podcast. But that gets annoying too. So
do you do that the whole time?
No, maybe like an hour.
Do they talk or they just...
Yeah, they're talking. We're the 2 guys I go with are the 2 best dudes in my shop that I talk to.
Do they have the radio
Shop
on?
friends.
Shop friends.
Friends.
That's like I remember. Can't remember specifically where or what job it was, but someone who doesn't listen to the radio when you're in a vehicle. Oh, it's the worst.
Or just not talking.
Yeah.
I'm a talker, so I don't know.
Oh, I worked with a kid who we'd have to drive. I think it was for a landscape place, and wouldn't turn that radio on and wouldn't talk.
I want to say my cousin Kiff went with his brother to a friend's family's camp. They drove up with the family, and the whole family don't talk at all. Like the entire ride to camp, they don't talk.
Did they put the radio on?
No, it's silence.
I will never understand.
I never heard of that.
I would just never understand why, if you're in a vehicle, your radio is not on. I don't even know how to shut my radio off. That's so weird to me. I hate being in the car with someone and the radio's on.
It'd just be really awkward.
It is the worst. It's happened many times. Not even work. Like, just, I don't know what other situation. Maybe with someone you're, like, in your family that's like a distant family member, and you're just like, just push that button, please.
I would just do it. I'd just turn it on.
I think that I've been in that situation, turned it on, and then, like, got to where we went, and they, like, made sure to turn it off before we got back in. It's like, what do you got against the radio?
You also got to think, like, I've got to the point where I hated the radio. But we're in a generation that has iPods and CDs. I don't know. I don't think I've ever been in that situation.
I listen to anything on the radio. Like, I listen to,
static.
Not static, and probably not, like, pop, like that terrible top 40 pop. But I listen to talk radio all day. I don't care what they're talking about. They can talk about, like, the local sewage ordinance.
Do you ever listen to the religious ones?
Yeah, those are interesting.
I do too.
Very interesting.
I think they're funny.
People are nuts.
But I don't know. This just popped into my head. You talked about this on a podcast. It might have even been the first one where you said people saying online when they mean inline.
Yeah.
I've been
noticed
hearing
it?
That. Yeah.
I'm telling you.
What is that?
I don't know. I'm telling you, that's why I feel like sometimes I'm in the
Truman Show. I
think
heard somebody on Opie and...
That's where I've heard it a lot, but I've heard it other places too. Like, I feel that they say it, like every one of them says it.
Maybe it's a New York
I think
thing.
It is a New York thing. I'm sort of getting that impression. So if anyone out there is from New York, let us know, but that's bizarre to me. And it's almost one of those things where you never hear it until you start thinking about it.
Yeah.
Because
once you said it, I started hearing it. And I probably just thought that they meant being on a computer. Like, it never... But on my journeys...
Yeah. To
I noticed.
Bealsville?
To Bealsville. Oh, the women there. Oh, woof.
Woof.
I think they had the firemen ladies
Uh-huh.
out there collecting money in this intersection. Oh,
Terrible.
Bealsville's finest.
Bealsville's
Or,
finest.
Yikes.
That's a shame.
But
That makes
I
me real
noticed
sad.
it's a lot of drove through a lot of farmland.
Are you on the turnpike?
No, we took 70 halfway there, and then the rest is all back windy roads.
Oh, okay. Because I like even going through Ohio on the, I think it's a turnpike. Turnpike goes into Ohio.
Right.
Yeah, even that just, it's so much farmland.
Mhm.
I love driving through Ohio.
See, my only
Gets me hard.
yeah. Hey now. I noticed that all the farmland, like each farmer owns a lot of nice property. It'd be perfect property for a pool.
Mm-hmm.
Not one of them has a pool. Have you ever seen a farmhouse with a pool?
Well, another thing though, I feel like you never see the house.
Oh, you see, I seen these.
I
These are
rarely see
farmhouses.
the house. Wow, I'd like to take that ride.
Yeah.
I would like to go with you guys sometime.
You
But
need
no.
training. You need 2-hour training.
That's true. I mean, I've not. Now that you say it, the farmhouses I have seen, no, I've never seen a pool. But
I
Like
mean,
I said,
I get
I
it. They don't
also-
have the time, but you'd think that'd be an easy way for a shower. Just jump in.
yeah, that is odd because you think they.
They have the money.
Yeah, I don't understand that. That's interesting. You should ask a farmer or one of the VFD ladies. But it's also like when I drive past farms all the time, I never seen person working them.
I do.
What time? Is it early
I don't
or
know.
it's so rare that I see someone actually on a tractor.
You know what? I seen something. This was a while ago, but it's always stuck in my head. I was driving past a farm, and I seen a farmer on a tractor. Tractor's running, and he was on his iPhone, just sitting there. And I just thought that was so odd
That's
to
funny.
see that. Like
That could
even
be
the farmers are
Yeah,
to this point.
it could be like you could make a good meme out of that. Or May. My phone, May. Make a nice May out of that.
Quote Wonder shows, and they said farming is America's backbone, and farmers are America's dumb bone.
How dare they? That show is evil. So I had a guy come over today, or not today, yesterday, after work, and because I got my 2 patios. They're just slabs, concrete slabs. And when we went to the home show last month or 2 ago, they have this stuff. You ever heard of nature stone? It's like concrete, but it's like a little pebbles.
Yeah,
It's like a pebble finished, you
right.
know?
Yeah,
And it's real nice. It looked real nice at the home show, at least. And so I was like, yeah, come on my house. Give me an estimate and stuff. So he did.
is it a free estimate?
Yeah, free estimate. And it looks real good. And I had a number in my head. And I knew the negotiations would start. And so I tried to be cool,
Like
And
buying a car.
Yeah, keep it together. Like, this guy was older. And when I bought my car, I was a young kid, so I was not intimidated. And I had a number, and I got a real good deal. Now, this guy was older, but I don't think he was a career salesman because he is sort of not very savvy. And he even, at one point, he takes the measurements, we go inside, and at one point he looks at me and he goes, are you like really interested in this? Like,
He's
Like-
never had a deal before.
I feel like he didn't know what was going on. I was like, well, yeah. I was like, I didn't call you out here to waste your time, dude.
I wanted you to come over and watch
And-
Price is Right.
You could see, like, he just snapped into, like, uh-oh, whoa. Like, I think he was shaking. And, like, so he quotes me $2,800 for the back and front patio.
$2,800 for just under your back deck or under your back porch
And the front.
and the front porch.
Yeah, just the patio, like the slab of concrete.
Okay.
Which in the back, the concrete's bad shape anyway. So eventually I would have to have
Is that everything? Is that demolishing it?
That's out the door.
Taking it?
Mm-hmm. 2,800 even. And initially I like I said, it's pretty bad in the back. It's pretty beat up, so that would need redone in concrete anyway. And I know concrete's expensive. But this stuff's apparently 300 times stronger than concrete, which I'm sure is a great. I'm sure he learned that in his
Is this
training.
what this guy said? Well,
He told me
stuttered.
300. 300 times stronger than concrete. I was like, well, I don't care even how strong it is. I like it. It looks good. It might add some resale. And so he comes in and we start the negotiating. And well, I don't even know at this point if there is negotiating, but
Right.
a lot of people tell
Was
you.
that number higher or lower than what you thought?
I was hoping 2 to 2,500.
Okay, so
But-
it's not far off.
No.
Oh, you said 28.
That's what he said first. And I looked this stuff up, and everywhere I look, it's like $15 a square foot.
Right.
And I had it pinned down to like 2,000. That's sort of unrealistic. That'd have been like $6 a square foot, and it's not. It's more expensive than that. He wouldn't have done it for 2,000, but he said 2,800, and I said, "Do you do anything if I pay cash?" And he goes, let me call my boss. No one's ever asked that. And I was like, I find that hard to believe.
This was his first day
Yeah.
on the job.
So he goes, excuse me, and he goes outside and calls. And I can hear him talking. I was like, you might as well just sat right beside me, dude. And he comes back and he goes,
Was he calling his wife?
He called his boss, I guess. I don't know.
His wife.
Yeah, and his wife, ooh, fire up the TV dinners, babe. I'm making a sale. It was just funny when the first time when he said, like, are you really gonna buy this? So he comes back in and he goes, okay, well, you don't have to pay us cash. We'd rather you not pay cash, just because my boss, he works. The accountant told him, let's just keep it on the books. I was like, all right. He's like, but we'll give you a discount. He goes, I can drop like $200 or $300. I was like,
So that's right at your mark.
Yeah.
The high end of your
Yeah.
mark.
Yeah, so he goes, how about I think he said $25.99. And I should have like sweated him out, but I think like he goes $25.99. I guess I'll do it for $2,500.
You said it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good
Yeah.
for you.
But I shouldn't have spit it out that quick, You never know what their bottom line was, like how low they'd
Yeah,
go.
but he already knocked down $300.
Yeah, but how much does
I mean,
that
that's
stuff really cost?
you gotta-
I think that's a good
It might
price.
not be a lot, but if he's gonna take all that old concrete out of there,
Well, he's not taking it out. Like, he's not jacking it out. He's
I
just...
think you have to, don't
No,
you?
you don't. It goes right over top.
How thick is this?
Probably half an inch.
It is 300 times stronger than
That's
concrete.
what he says. There's an epoxy. They put an epoxy down, I guess. They level it all out. And then they just...
Then they just pour it on top.
I guess so.
Okay.
So, it's apparently very low maintenance and strong. And, I don't know. I thought that was a good price.
Is it smooth on top?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
You can feel... It's just like flattened down stone, basically. So there's texture to it for sure, but it's just as funny because as soon as the last 9 of $25.99, I was like, I'll do it for $2,500. I probably should have said, how about? I probably should have maybe went to like 24. I think they'd have probably done it for 24, but I still got $300 off, so I was happy with that, and it was just funny. And then he's like. There's this little checkbox on the contract, and he's like, now, I'm required to tell you this. He goes, now, you have to make a deposit today, and then we expect the remainder of the balance the day we finish. He goes, and if you can't do it that day, I can't give you this discount. I was just like, yeah, dude, all right, I'll pay you, no problem.
Right.
It's like, I offered you cash. I was like, it's not a problem. It was just weird, he really didn't expect to make that sale.
Now, are you going to tip them?
I don't think so. I don't think that's a tip job.
No.
I don't think so. Do you?
I don't know.
I mean,
I usually just always tip.
I don't think that's a tip job, and especially if they wouldn't let me pay cash.
Right.
They want it on the books, and they may say...
Well, that's not affecting you at all, whether it's a check or a
No.
cash.
No,
it's
not at
always
all.
for them. They can just not write that one
Right.
down and just pocket it.
Exactly, which I thought they were going to do. And they didn't want to do that. So
You got a straight and narrow you're working with.
yeah, but I just felt like maybe I should work on my negotiating skills because I spit it out a little too quick.
I was pretty impressed with my skills buying the new car.
Now, was your salesman older?
He was an older guy, but I went in there.
Old,
I
like
told
gray
him.
hair,
I told
or
him
just
that.
adult?
Yeah, I mean he was balding and he's probably 50.
Okay.
I mean he's older, not old.
There's a sweet. You don't want to get those guys that are like 30 to 40.
No, they're out there hustling.
Yeah.
They're still in the game.
Yeah, and yeah, I don't like getting that guy
No.
ever. Either on a real young dude or a real old dude who's just, making that. He just wants to make those sales. He's really not looking for the extra couple $100. It seems like, at least. But you walked out with what you wanted to walk out with.
Yeah, I mean it was maybe once you add on, we bought the undercarriage sealant, the whole works.
You gotta seal it
That was
undercarriage.
something they didn't add into, and I
Mhm.
told them 100 times I want the out the door price, and
Yeah.
then
yeah.
he tacked that on. I was like, well, all right, whatever.
They always do that. I don't
Yeah.
get that. I'd love to just maybe like train to be a car salesman, just find all the ins and outs of it, because I'm sure it's just
We could have one on here.
that'd be great.
Sleazy car salesman.
That'd be a great interview. Give us all the inside scoop and help everyone out.
He
but-
won. No, he's giving up his trade.
Yeah, it's funny how that quote I got 2,800 on the nose. Oh, it just worked out to that, huh? Funny. I'm sure all porches, their dimensions work out perfectly. So $2,800. Then I saw on his little balance sheet he had shipping. Shipping was $300. So I pretty much got the shipping knocked off.
Right.
So it's all right. Nice new porch coming up here soon.
Yeah, that's exciting. I need a new porch.
Yeah, you should look into this if you like it. And you got a small area too.
Right.
So probably cost you half of 2,800.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe even less, because that's just like an entry porch. But you might expand that, huh?
Yeah.
Home improvement talk.
Enough of that, huh?
Yep. Yeah, anything else? I got a couple more things if you don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, what?
Well, I was going to ask you, do you know what it means when cows lay down? I learned this too.
When cows lay down. I could guess. I don't think I know really what it means.
What do you think? If you look out in the field and you see most of the cows laying down,
Does it mean that bad weather's coming?
it does.
It
Means
does?
it's going to rain.
See, I know
I
my
never
farming.
knew that.
I know my farming. And they're always right, you think?
Well, it's supposed to rain the past 2 days, and
And they're
they've all
down.
been laying down.
That's crazy. How they know that? Same with like, don't dogs know when not hurricanes?
They say.
They say, yeah.
They can smell cancer. The cancer.
Well, speaking of that, I think
You have cancer?
no, but this dog must be smelling itself. Then one of the dogs at our house, I think, might have it. So this morning, I woke up. The big white dog, who I like, great dog, very chill dog, very friendly, old timer, definitely having trouble getting around, and every morning I wake up, she's on the tile floor in the kitchen. That's her spot. It's cool. That's her spot. She always lays on one side, and for some reason today she was on the other side, and so I could see the other side of her head, and she was breathing real hard, which she always does. So I don't think that's the issue anyway. I think it's just breathing real hard. So I got to see the other side of her face, and she had this little thing on the side of her lip. It looked like a gusher. Remember gushers?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, what the hell is that thing? So I'm walking out the door pretty much, and I was like, I started pulling on it. I thought it was I know we don't eat gushers. I don't even know if they make them anymore, but I was like, what does dog eat? And I started pulling on it. And this dog's so chill, it just like opened an eye and gave me a, huh? Like it wouldn't attack or anything. You could do anything to that dog, and it's not doing anything. And it just looked at me like, hey, that's my face. And I was like, that's weird. So I just wrote a little note to the lady and said, check the right side of Denali's face. Something like a fruit snack stuck on there or something.
Well,
So
you might be a farmer. You're definitely not a vet.
no way. I got no time for that. And so I just left a note. And when she wakes up, she texts and says, I think that's probably cancer. No, very funny.
Why are we laughing?
But I guess she had seen it previously, like 2 or 3 months ago. But it felt to me like it was overnight. Maybe it's just because I never see that side of her face. 'Cause she
Right.
doesn't lay on that side. But
How old is Denali?
I think she's 9-ish. That's pretty old, right?
I don't know for that breed.
I mean, doesn't it go by size pretty much? A big dog lives
Yeah.
this long, and
Yeah, no, larger dogs. I mean, not one of them giant dogs. A dog that size should live about 10, 11 years. So yeah.
And then it's funny. I was at work and I was thinking, oh, I touched that thing.
I don't think it's contagious.
I know. Well, it ran through my mind real quick. I was like, oh no, I better go get some disinfectant for my hands. I don't want that thing, especially with cancer. No way. But I think since it came up pretty much overnight, I think it might just be like a gum growth. She showed a picture to her vet, who said bring her in. Doesn't look good though. She said it's either a gum growth or a cancer, and she sort of hinted towards cancer. But I don't know, I mean, when a dog's that old, don't you just, it gets cancer, you just let it live it out, right? You don't really go crazy with the treatments, do you? Unless you're rich.
Me, I wouldn't, but
That's what I'm thinking.
I'm not. I love my dog. I do. I love dogs. I think they're great animals.
You gotta be
But-
realistic.
Yeah, I always told my wife, if we're starting to pay more than what we paid for the dog, it's time to put it down.
Yeah, it's
I
a
don't care.
break-even point.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
And we've paid, I don't know, 10
went
times.
over that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Everyone
Already.
does, I'm sure. Yeah, I mean, she's saving up for a car. She's like, well, I guess no car for me. And I was like, whoa, back it up.
Yeah.
You got to be realistic here. That dog's old. It's even
It's
if it
been
had
old, it's always in bad shape, isn't it?
yeah, it's got a lot of miles.
Yeah, I mean, gotta put her down.
It's time.
I mean, it's a sad thing.
Yeah, I say let it live it out. Maybe let's take it on a trip or something. It's a happy dog. I don't know.
Then you can take it to Ohio, drive around the farmland.
That'd be nice. Get it some plant training. Donate to the VFD. It'd be a nice last hurrah for that dog. But then all we love you. Much love, girl.
What else you got?
The only last thing I got is I have a house guest coming this weekend.
Ooh.
Yeah, I got a text around Wednesday from our friend in Maryland, Gardner,
Yeah.
and he's like, sorry to spring us on you last minute, but my great uncle or granduncle or one of those passed away, and I'm coming in town, and my mom's house is gonna be packed. So do you think that me and my lady can crash at your place Friday and Saturday? And I said sure, and that's fine with me. But it's now the thing is a friend of Jenny's parent passed away, so it's just be like a funeral packed weekend.
Mm.
So
Maybe your dog will die this weekend too.
It'd
be a lot of fun.
It happens in threes, don't they say that? They say it happens in threes. But we got to do some preparing and cleaning for the house guest. What is your MO when it comes to having a guest? Do you clean crazy? Do you go crazy, or you just
Me?
keep it
I
red
don't.
up? Do you red up?
No, I don't.
Just
This is my
acceptable.
house. Yeah, you're coming to my house.
Exactly.
Are you charging them rent?
No, of course
No.
not. Yeah.
I want to go crazy. I mean,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
you don't want your pussy jelly laying out.
No, and we know that can happen. From time to time, that can happen.
Oh no, you got to clean up. I mean,
Just
I
make
make
it
sure there's
decent, you
clean
know?
sheets. You got the spare bedroom. I don't
Yeah.
have a spare bedroom anymore.
Mhm.
You got to make sure they got clean pillowcases and
Oh yeah, that's not a problem. It's just the lady goes crazy, you know. It's like
no,
scrubbing carpets, and
it's fucking Gardner.
I know. Exactly. I don't even know if I'm gonna give him that third bedroom. You know, maybe Denali wants to sleep on there for her last night. But yeah, I don't go overboard on the cleaning. I love a clean house, though. I will say that.
I just make sure there's plenty to drink.
Plenty to drink and eat.
Just tell them, hey, me cost is your cost.
Yeah, I'm gonna give him the garage code because I think there's gonna be a lot of back and in and out with. We
Right.
both have obligations. So
Clean towels. Make sure that you explain how to work the shower, because that's always a big deal going to somebody's house and you can't figure out the shower.
yeah, that sucks. Or if there's a toilet in a basement that just doesn't want to work. Sometimes you run into that problem.
That was very embarrassing.
Well, that's something that someone should. If you're having guests over, You know, maybe
I'm
make
sure
that
he
known.
did say something. I
don't
just didn't
think
pay
so.
attention.
I didn't get the memo.
Oh, yeah, it does that.
Well, I find anytime it's a toilet issue, just keep flushing. Always
Oh, I
seems.
tried that. That didn't work either.
That's actually the worst thing to do.
See that turd keep getting closer and closer to the
Oh,
rim.
yep. And that's pressure. That thing rising like
It's like diffusing a time bomb.
Yeah, that's a sticky situation right there. Other than that, though, it's been a busy couple weeks, and I had to squeeze in that guy last night. I didn't even really have time for him to come. I was glad that went quickly. And then tonight,
What was this guy's name?
Bob.
Could've
Classic
guessed that.
Bob. Yep, and then I get the podcast tonight. I haven't even got to edit in the last one, but don't worry, people, it's coming. It's just been a hectic couple weeks here. We're just starting to level out. Even though this weekend will be packed again. But, hey, I got a tough life, you know. America's tough, people.
I got a little, I wouldn't say game, but it's, I found this interesting. I'm going to name 4 people. There's 3 different groups.
Okay.
And you're going to tell me who you think is worth more money.
Like net worth?
Yes.
Okay. Famous people,
First one, they're going to be comedians.
All right.
Old school comedians. Yeah.
Living and
Living.
Oh, all living. Okay.
All right. These first 4. Do you think Martin Lawrence, Ray Romano, Bob Saget, or Rowan Atkinson? That is Mr. Bean.
Okay. All right. Well,
who do you think
sort
is
of a
worth more?
I think I know for sure. But I think it's weird that you put Rowan Atkinson in there. I mean, that's sort of a red flag. Now, are you trying to get me to say him because you don't even know who he is and I don't? I mean, I know who Mr. Bean is. But,
Right, I didn't know his real name.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, it's almost like, oh, it ended up being him. I guess.
Well, this was a whole list of a bunch of people. I seen 4 comedians. I grabbed them.
I'm going to be pissed if it's Rowan Atkinson, but I'm not going to say that. I think I'll walk you through it.
Yeah, if you want to explain who each person is. And
Martin Lawrence might have tons of money because he had the show Martin. Right. In syndicated TV.
That was a long time ago.
Right, and he's crazy.
Yeah,
he might have spent a lot of it. And it's funny. There's people
but he's also been in a ton of movies.
Truth. And I know how frugal those gentlemen tend to be with their money. So he may have a lot of bank still. But also Ray Romano.
Drug problem?
There's a whole incident where I think he went crazy with pulled over with a hooker or something, I think. But also Ray Romano, he had syndicated TV. And
all of them did.
Who's the third one? Bob Saget?
Bob Saget. He's Full House.
Yeah, but I feel like on that show, there's a lot of money to spread out. On that show, you know. A lot of characters, a lot of paychecks. So was
Friends. Friends, each one of them was getting $1 million.
Well, there's no one on there from Friends.
No, I'm just saying, they had money.
That was more recent, you know. I think they had, like, record-breaking deals, I think. And Full House wasn't on a major network either, I don't think. Was it on, like,
TGI
Nickelodeon?
Friday, wasn't it?
Isn't that Nickelodeon?
I don't know.
Oh, you know what? Maybe it was, like, ABC or something.
I don't know. I can't remember.
That's a good question. I thought it was a Nickelodeon, but now that you say it, TGIF definitely wasn't on Nickelodeon, I don't think.
No.
Well,
that was like ABC, I think.
Okay. I'm going Ray Romano. I think it's by a lot.
By a lot?
Yeah.
You are wrong.
What? Is it Rowan Atkinson?
It is.
See, that's bogus. That's not. That's probably like pounds, which pounds are less than
$1 million. No, but pounds more than
right
$1.
now it is.
It's always been.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's bullshit. Rowan Atkinson.
Do you want to know the order?
Second is Ray Romano.
Do you want lowest highest?
I want to know who's after Rowan. It's Ray Romano.
So it's lower. You want to see from highest paid to lowest paid?
Yeah. Top is Rowan Atkinson.
It's Mr. Bean at $130 million.
Jeez.
It's Ray Romano.
Mr. Bean.
Really?
No.
It's funny.
Is it really?
I mean...
Oh, you think it's funny. That could mean something
funny.
weird.
It's British comedy. So if you like British comedy...
Okay, so he's not funny.
Ray Romano stands at $120 million.
I knew
Martin Lawrence is $110. That's a lot of money for Martin.
Yeah, yeah.
He must have cleaned his act up.
Yeah, or well, I don't even think Martin. You never see repeats of that, but
No.
every time a repeat's on, I think you get paid. So if it's
Well,
still
Full House is on every day.
is it really?
Yeah.
Well, they must not got paid a lot. That's the order I would have had.
Bob Saget's
minus
had 100
Rowan
million.
Atkinson. I'll never forget that name now, Mr. Bean. Please. Well, I look at that as I was right,
Okay.
Mr. Bean.
Do you want just random famous people or musical artists?
You have two different lists.
Yes. 2 more.
However you want to do them. However you split them up is fine.
We'll do the music.
All right.
All right.
If I don't get one of these, I'll be so pissed.
All right. We got
Some name I can't pronounce.
No,
Who's an
I'm trying to
Argentinian.
I'm trying to think of the order I want to put these in.
The guy plays a lute. And
Do you think Jimmy Buffett, Dave Grohl, Dolly Parton, or the Birdman?
Whew. The Birdman rapper?
Yeah.
Wow. See, this
Flies
is
in
tough.
any weather.
Yes, he
Flies
does.
in any weather.
That's tough. This is a good game.
Rappers
This is a good
make
game.
a lot of money.
Yeah, especially when they have a label. And he has a label,
Yep.
right?
I believe so.
And I've seen that.
Andy's in charge of Lil Wayne too, I think.
Wow. That is tough. This is a good game. I like this. I like this a lot. I'll have to bring you one. I'll bring you this game. This might be our game. Okay, now the way I look at it is the Birdman. He flies in any weather. I've seen stories of him making Super Bowl bets of like $10 million. Like every year I hear that story that he's bets like $10 million on a Super Bowl. So if you're willing to gamble that much, and again, those guys are frugal,
Right.
then he must have a lot to use. Dolly Parton, I think, is loaded. But that's
They're all loaded, I'll tell you that.
okay. But that's old money, you know? She was making money when money wasn't money.
Right.
So that's going to be my logic there. So I'm going to roll her out. Dave Grohl. I'm going to roll him out.
Just think what he's involved in.
I know, but I feel like he's not that interested in money. I'm going to roll him out just because, I mean, other than the Foo Fighters, he usually just collaborates. And I don't think there's a lot of money in collaborations. So he's really just Foo Fighters, I think. I'm going to roll him out. And who do I got left? I got the Birdman.
Jimmy Buffett.
Man, now he sells some tickets. He sells some tickets to some idiot white people.
He does too.
And white people spend that money.
Drives me
Oh,
nuts.
man.
Andy's involved in all kinds of businesses.
People,
Margaritaville.
Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah. All those Margaritavilles he's got a stake in. And the white tourists. White tourists love throwing money
Flower
at
pattern
stuff.
shirts. What an idiot.
Man, you got like the polar opposites here. The Birdman and the Mr.
That's why I picked him,
Margaritaville.
man.
Wow. Well, I'm hoping I'm getting right at least 1-2. I think these guys are 1-2. I'm going to go...
You going highest to lowest?
I'm going to say Jimmy Buffett just because the Margaritaville is like synonymous with... I don't know. It's a worldwide brand.
Right.
So I'll go Jimmy Buffett. Is that right?
I'm not going to tell you.
I'm done.
Oh, that's.
Oh, you want me
that's
to order them?
Oh, all right. You say Jimmy Buffett.
Jimmy Buffett, then Birdman.
I'm going to go from the lowest paid.
Okay,
the highest.
little suspense.
Number one.
Number one, lowest. Least making money.
Least amount of money at $150 million.
Dolly Parton.
Flies in any weather.
Wow.
The Birdman.
Jeez, Birdman.
I had another name in here, but I was keeping it at 4. I crossed him
All right.
out. That would have been Garth Brooks. He's at $220 million. So the next one up was at $260 million is Dave Grohl.
Okay. I'm still in it.
Third at $430 million. Wow. Jimmy Buffett.
Whoa. That's not even the winner at $430 million.
Winner is Dolly Parton. You want to take a guess?
Well,
Jimmy Buffett was
430.
$430.
Where are you getting these numbers? I'm serious.
I'm just making them up.
Are you?
No.
638.
No, $500 million. Wow. Still a lot of money.
And there's someone below her, right?
Yeah, it was Birdman, Dave Grohl, Jimmy Buffett, Dolly Parton.
Oh, so, and I think I said Dolly'd be last, I think.
You said she had the old money.
Old money.
Old
Stinky
dirty
money.
dirty
you know,
money.
those bills that are like cloth now. I hate old money. Ew.
They were coins. Gold doubloons.
That is interesting. Doubloons, yeah. Brooches. She's got 30 million worth of brooches and old creepy jewelry. Ew. Well, good for Dolly.
Yeah.
What, 500 million?
500.
What do you do with that?
I don't know.
How does she have that much money?
Okay, these are just random famous people.
All right. I'm not
All
getting
right,
any.
let me think how I want to. I should have figured this out.
I really need to come through and actually get one of these. We'll have to do
Okay.
it. Okay.
He got David Copperfield,
Oh, boy.
Larry David, Jessica Elba, Judge Judy.
Oh, my. See, I think I know this one. But it's a shame. It should be Larry David, especially out of this group. I mean, he gets paid every time Seinfeld's on. Seinfeld's on like 4 times a night.
Right.
But I've heard that Judge Judy makes tons of money.
She's not even a real judge.
Really?
Yeah, I think
Like-
she's just an actor.
Are those real cases?
I think they are, but it doesn't mean anything.
Oh. I heard she's loaded.
We're going to have to look that one up.
I'm going to go Judge Judy just because I feel like I've heard somewhere that
Number
she is
one answer.
absolutely loaded. I'm going to Judge Judy, but a close second is going to be Larry David.
You were way off.
What the?
Way
I
off.
can't believe I get one of these. Jessica Alba?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to check your sources, dude.
I'll show you. I have them on my phone still.
What, is it
Okay,
Snopes?
this is from the lowest. Jessica Elba, 200 million.
Most. She makes the
No,
most.
she makes the least.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Judge Judy makes 250 million.
Larry David next.
David Copperfield.
David, I totally even forgot you said him.
Guess how much he makes?
What was Judge Judy?
250.
350.
$850 million.
Dude, I don't believe it. I really don't believe
Oh,
it.
it's thousands. No, I'm just joking. It's
I don't believe
850 million.
What?
So Larry David was right. You should have won with your first answer.
Yeah?
900 million.
Wow.
900 million.
Crazy. I can't even fathom that much money. Like,
What was the Powerball up to when I got all
I
hard
think it
on?
was like 600, wasn't it? Something like that.
I would have been doing it better than Dolly Parton.
How if that was all in 100? If it was in $1 bills, $900 million. You think that'd fill this house up,
No,
ceiling to floor?
I don't know.
I don't either. I don't. That's crazy.
I don't even have $100 bills.
Ugh. That's $900 million. What do you do with that?
Be Larry miserable as shit.
Yeah, I guess. Well, if they're giving it to you, take it. But that was a good game. I wish I had one for you.
So, yeah.
That was a good episode, a quick one. We'll work on getting them out to you. And that's all I really got. How about
All right.
you?
Love you too. Bye.